Hey everybody, it's Stephanie with the Shades of Motherhood Network. I know many of you guys are always hearing me say the Learning Project Network, but we are going to be talking about something very different today. We are going to be introducing our number one musician worldwide, okay? Dominique Hammons, y'all. I am, when I tell you, so excited. I met him finally. I was kind of stalking him on Instagram and Facebook, but we finally got to meet when I went to Houston and went to the Shades of Blue project, where we actually took 10 doulas with us to this maternal health conference, and we learned so much. So for those that don't know, a doula is an individual who provides emotional and physical support. We are talking about Black women, and when we talk about Black women and their statistics around postpartum care, prenatal care, they have one of the highest death rates. They're 3 to 4 times more likely to die due to pregnancy-related issues, and 60% of them are preventable. So let's get down to business and let's crush the crisis. And one of the ways that we're going to do that is by doing this fundraiser coming up September 29th. You guys better get your tickets because they are going really, really fast. So what we're going to be doing here is raising $100,000 throughout the year, starting at that point, you guys. And what we are wanting to do with that money is to take it and use it for our different programs, provide free doula services to our community. And we want to really focus on our initiative around Black maternal care, but we're actually going to be opening it up to the community of doulas that we love and we connect with. So Dominique Hammons is going to help us do this, and let's get into this podcast, y'all. So first of all, welcome to the Shades of Motherhood Network. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Stephanie. I'm really honored to be here.
Yes. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself and where are you from and what got you into music? Why did you pick that violin up?
So I'm a violinist. I travel the world playing violin, and I'm from Houston, Texas. I started at the age of 8, and I started in school. So it was one of those things where I had to choose an elective, and I gave it a shot, and next thing you know, I'm traveling the world doing this as a career. So it's
Wow.
definitely been a pretty long journey, but I've learned so much over time uh, in my violin career. But I started at a young age, and then I went to high school with it, high school for performing and visual arts here in Houston, and then I graduated from there and went to the University of Oklahoma for a music degree. So I got a degree there, came back to Houston, and next thing you know, I started hitting the ground running.
Wow. Okay. So when he says worldwide, he really does mean that, y'all. If you have not scrolled through his Instagram page, please go and do that, because on there you will see that you were just in London, right?
Yeah, London. I was in Germany.
Yeah.
Then we went to London right there.
Go ahead and name those, because I saw
Yeah.
London, Germany, and then he was like back home again, and he was
Oh
out
yeah.
somewhere else. You are, you bring something different to the music scene. When you see specifically a Black male with a violin, you're like, okay, what's gonna happen? But let me tell you, when you picked up your violin and then you started playing your music, I mean, it was phenomenal. Like, it's an experience that you
Thank
have to
you.
be there. It's like you bring all of the sense of the R&B, the 90s. Like, what made you realize that you could play your violin to like the classics, as I call it?
Right. So I'm classically trained. So ever since I started playing the violin, I played nothing but classical music. So of course, I was in orchestras, various orchestras over time, and reading music off the sheet, and that's how I got better as a violinist. Technique wise, that classical music has definitely elevated my playing. And so
Mm,
then I started branching off into, you know, church. I started playing in church. And then I started learning little, gospel songs and, Amazing Grace, stuff like that.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I kind of enjoyed, kind of stepping outside of the classical world for a little bit. So I was like, okay, this might be something I might be interested in later on. So then I started incorporating R&B, jazz, and other popular genres of music in my
Wow.
playing because I that's when I started to realize I play by ear now. I developed the ear to where I don't have to read music anymore.
Oh my
So
gosh, that's so hard. I
uh
tried to play the piano by ear. It
yeah,
wasn't pretty.
yeah. Piano. I play a little bit of piano,
Okay.
possibly. But So after school, after college, I graduated, came back to Houston, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. It was either do I audition for orchestra? Because at that point, I wasn't too into classical. I mean, I still love classical, but I
Yeah.
knew it wasn't my passion.
Mhm.
Or do I just kind of play at different restaurants around Houston and try to get my feet wet? So I started doing that. A lot of people started recording me, and then I just started getting popular on social media. I started playing at little jazz clubs. And at those clubs, I would play a lot of oldies like Temptations or Luther Vandross, Michael Jackson,
Mm.
stuff like that. And then people just started gravitating towards it. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, this might be something that I might uh this might be something I might start doing, for the rest of my career because everybody loves it. So after
Wow.
that, I just next thing you know, I just stuck with that and people feed off of it, love it.
Ah, I love it too. Like, what's your favorite song that you play? Like, what's your one song that you like? I can play
Oh
this for the
man,
rest of my life.
well that's a tough choice, but if I would have to choose one, it'd probably be "Can We Talk" by Tevin Campbell. That's one of my favorite songs. Definitely play.
Yes,
I just love that
yes.
song.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite song too. Like Tevin Campbell is classic. Like he all his stuff. I don't know what it is about him, but I feel always connected to him. Where I feel like he's talking just to
Right.
me, even though he's talking to everybody. We don't know. We don't talk about
Right, right.
that Tevin. So, so tell me a little bit more. What inspires you to continue this work and to do this work? You've been in the game for a long time, but what inspires you?
So I've as I'm playing the violin, throughout, the different cities, and I see how the music really impacts a lot of people's lives. And I hear people tell me stories about how much my music really shapes their lives, and then just seeing the kids come up to me and say how they started playing the violin because I played, and it's definitely inspiring to see other people, you know, love what I do. So that keeps me going, and it keeps me motivated to like keep showing the world that hey, you can do anything you want. If you put your mind to it, no matter what you look like, you can do anything you want. So, because I've always grown up, I've always been, discriminated against, saying you can't play the violin, you can't make a career out of it.
Mm.
You're a black man playing the violin. That's not, you're not going to get anything out of that. And just people discourage me and saying I can't do it, but I use that as as fuel to my to the fire, and that's the reason why I kept going. And so now I'm inspiring other black kids or other kids, even adults, to pick the violin up. So that's what keeps me going.
I love your story so much because so many times we're told what we can't do. And those are the things that fuel us. And you're like, let me show you, let me try this.
Right.
And let me tell you, you are doing a phenomenal job, and you already know that.
Thank
And
you.
we cannot wait to have you here in
Oh yeah.
Spokane,
Oh
Washington,
yeah.
y'all. Listen, we're
We
not
got a
going to
good time.
Seattle. Seattle people, no, look, I know some of y'all hit me. I'll be like, oh, you gonna do that? You gonna take them to Spokane and not bring them to Seattle? Maybe we'll come to Seattle next. But until then, y'all gotta come to Spokane. Pack your bags, get your mama, get your grandma, put them in your car. Let's go. Let's do something that has never been done before. And most importantly, let's crush the crisis together. I want to thank you so much, Dominique Hammons. You are absolutely amazing. I am so excited to have you here in my city. We want to give you the open arms, the welcome. I know down south, y'all are known for your Southern hospitality. You're going to get some of that Spokane hospitality. We're excited to have you here. You guys, get those tickets on Eventbrite because they're going to go fast again. Do something that makes a difference, and let's do this together and walk in purpose. Until next time, see you guys later. Bye.